You see, just like I said earlier on, marriage is a partnership. It's so unfortunate that we now live with people we don't trust. We live with people we don't trust. If as a man, you can buy land and not let your wife know, and if as a woman, you can buy land and your husband is not in the know, why are we living together? You know? Because there's supposed to be some level of openness. If I'm comfortable letting my brothers, you know, manage what is mine, what does that communicate to us? There's now huge mistrust, you know. So for me, yes, it is happening. That is the truth. But I love to encourage us. Let's be able to trust the people who are in our lives, you know. So that what is mine is yours and what is yours is mine. Because we're raising a family, what happens to the children? God forbid if we pass on, what happens? Will they have property, or it will be our brothers or our sisters, even the other side of the man's relatives? Will they be, you know, do you think they'll be able to do the needful for the goodness of your children? So for me, I like to encourage that when you get married, you become one.
From our engagement, we engaged with the Prime Minister of Luke Barakari. They developed a pronouncement, a cultural pronouncement. This is a document or a local policy that protects the society. You get, like, it regulates activities or norms or beliefs of society. So this pronouncement is still lacking a lot, and we feel that culture and the society are not parallel. Culture is embedded in the society, and we have gatekeepers of these cultural institutions. So for me, very important is first reviewing the cultural pronouncement, the Luke Barakari pronouncement. The women's rights organizations made pledges to reviewing the document. So hopefully before December we shall have that document, and then very important is popularizing that document to the clan leaders, to the societies, but also the people in the different communities that are within Arua.
Do you think the review will be able to solve this challenge of women, you know, being blocked from owning land or even accessing land for farming especially?
Yes, I think it's going to do a lot, because one of their claims, of the perpetrators' claims, is that that is what culture says. You get? That is what culture says. But now culture is saying something else. We have evidence. We have the pronouncement saying that culturally, Luke Barakari doesn't agree to that. You understand? We have number of women owning land, and the cultural pronouncement agrees to that. You understand? So if we have a document, it's just like having the Constitution. You cannot do something against the Constitution. The Constitution says women are supposed to own land. You get? So the pronouncement must be aligned to the law of Uganda to make it legal.
My name is Yako Ted Gloria, the city speaker. First of all, I will begin with myself. I had a complaint right from my ancestral home that I should not own part of the land that was left by my late parents. I was able to also get a share out of what was left, because they had already given land to my brothers, and my sisters were not bothered. For me, what was left by my late parents, I now own it. I have a title for it. I have planted eucalyptus in that piece of land. I myself also, by the way, I'm a widow. I lost my late husband, and it wasn't easy because the parents grabbed every property. I was able to battle with FIDA. FIDA, let me turn to you and say thank you so much. I'm indebted to you, FIDA Uganda, because they were able to assist me legally. I am now the administrator of the estate of my late husband. I thank you. I think for us now, my work is to mobilize the women outside there, not to be shy. Once you are faced with the, this kind of challenge that you shouldn't own land, you shouldn't own property and so on, please get out of that norm and own for yourself property and land.
My name is Rehema Minala. I'm a legal officer with FIDA Uganda, situated at Arua office. You asked a question about land. I'll take it as property rights. Article 26 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda 1995 as amended provides for the right to property, and with this property includes the land itself. So this land issue here is that a woman can own land in different ways. She can actually acquire land in different ways. One of the ways is through purchase. The second is through a gift. She can be gifted. And thirdly, she can own it through inheritance, that is succession. So in a case like this, a woman is supposed to own property on her own, like she can purchase it as a woman, whether married or not. And in case of inheritance, if she gets married in another family and then comes back upon death of the parents, either parents, it could be the father or the mother, she's entitled to a share of that property, because a woman, as old as she can be, is still a child of the deceased. So she's entitled to property. She's a beneficiary. Children are key beneficiaries to the estates of their parents. Same as inheritance, when the husband dies, she has all the rights to inherit property upon death of the husband. But we have a common practice here, and we've interfaced with many clients who come to us reporting cases where they have been denied access and ownership of property. This is where the father of that woman dies, or the mother. Usually it's the father. When the father dies, the property is distributed amongst the boy children. These are the men and the uncles, who are even far distant beneficiaries, forgetting this woman just because she's married. I want to let us know that distribution of property of the estate of the deceased, actually, every child must benefit, whether the child was born in the marriage or outside. We don't have illegitimate children under inheritance. Every child is entitled to property. Every child is entitled to inheritance, whether it's a woman or a man, whether she's 50 years old, regardless of her being married in another family. So this is a common practice where women are left out of ownership of property, which is very wrong. I want us to be guided. We have the Succession Act, we have the Constitution. These are clear on ownership of property. Women should not be denied property, let alone access. They should not be denied their inheritance rights just because they are women. We are all equal. In fact, in distribution of this property, it should be distributed equally. If it's 1 acre and we are 10 children, 8 boys, 2 girls, that property should be split equally. But because our people choose to go informally without going to the courts of law for distribution of this property, you find that the elders decide to sit and decide that women should be left out, or they are just given land, continue farming. At some certain point, they are chased away from that land, but they are supposed to own their own property. Inheritance is for all children, be it women or men. And then on that part of access, usually men deny their women access to these properties that they have actually acquired together. Imagine you've bought land together and the man is telling you this land is mine because I'm the man. That is wrong. If we've purchased the property together, we have equal rights. That's joint tenancy. And women also have a challenge here. They always give their money to the women, to the men, to go and purchase land. That my husband, you go and buy land. Then the clever husband will buy land in his own name. Where does that leave you as a woman? When will you benefit from your own money? So let's be guided. Let's purchase property. Make sure you own that land title. Make sure you as a wife, you appear on that land title. Let's stop being witnesses to sell agreements, okay? This is my guidance to all the women there, and we have had such cases. We have mediated them and they have been successful. That's why I'll encourage every woman there to wake up, to report such cases. We are here to support you as FIDA Uganda. The city is here to support you. Approach us in case of anything.
You get somebody from there, say, come to stand here as an elder to chair a discussion about land matter. This is when you will see to it that things change. Somebody can come and claim land of a brother You know, the females suffer a lot, the women and the girls. This is when somebody loses the spouse, the husband dies. People rush very quickly to property, not other things. They take them away and they say, this is our culture. You are a woman, you are only to be here in this home. I want to thank Right Honorable Speaker AMIDST so much for standing to own property. I also had the opportunity to talk on floor of Parliament of Uganda about women inheritance, the Lugara perspective. It also moved very, very well. Women themselves need to come out, they need to stand and they talk. Because if you want people to talk for you, then that's when they will not do it. People will not know that you are suffering until you tell them, my problem is ABCD.